And what is up, everybody? It's your boy Uncle Carlton back again with another episode of Two Black Kings Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Devin, Xavier, what's up with y'all, bro?
Yes, sir. We finally got my boy
much,
DP on the podcast,
Hey,
bro. What's good, bro?
Man, nothing too much, man. Just been kicking and cooling.
Yeah,
Glad to be on the podcast.
So for all the listeners,
Yeah.
DP, can you give us a little background on yourself and who you are to us?
So I didn't know these boys for what? How long has it been? 13.
Yeah, gotta be 13 plus.
Yeah.
13 years.
Yeah.
Went to school together, grew up. You already know Memphis.
Yeah.
You already know where we come from.
Yeah.
But known these boys for a little minute now. Had to go on and bounce out to North Carolina for a
He
little
went to
bit.
so he been a little humble.
Yeah.
But he was a D1 athlete, wide receiver of the University of North Carolina.
No. We need to back up.
Back up. Go ahead.
We ain't talking about the history of DP, bro. When I tell you,
Man.
so Devin was probably one of the best wide receivers to ever come out of
On
the
God.
US, bro. Like,
On God.
yeah,
He
bro.
was. On God, he was.
Sticky fingers like Jalen Ramsey. If you ever go back to Huddle, you see this nigga, Devin Perry, also that nigga, bro. 95 yards. That shit was the most insane catch I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, he's a local NUS dude. So yeah, we appreciate having you on, bro.
Appreciate y'all letting me on, bro.
Yeah,
Appreciate
bro.
that.
So Xavier, what you got going on, bro?
Bro, I'm chilling, bro. I told you I'm in a great place. Like, you know,
Bro, this man is cash flowing.
bro. Okay, yeah. So, I think it's weird right now because I'm in a state in my life where, like, you know, things are just going right, bro.
Type shit.
It's like weird. It's been a time.
You know how
where
I
was
always
like,
say calm before though? Like you gotta go through like a rough patch before you go through the
yes,
get
bro.
to the,
And I feel like these past, 2020 was bad for everybody. But like from 2020, 2021, all the way up to now, it's just been like a whirlwind. We talked about me losing my job earlier this year. But now I'm at a point, so he was talking about me cash flowing, so I got a roommate now, so he's paying me, so like my rent is, cut in half. And bro, it's just like, damn, I'm actually saving some money. Bro. Like I can actually move and shake how I want to. I'm like, damn, bro, I deserve this lifestyle. I deserve like what I've been doing. So yeah, bro, one word I can just say is like blessed that I've been doing like, what I want to, bro. And like
he has multiple sources of income. That's basically what he's trying to say. And that's what everybody should be aiming for because you never know. These corporate jobs, they can let you go at any time. So if you don't have your own kind of controllable income on the side, then you're really not in any type of job security mode.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of something that I'm always pining for, and that's what I'm trying to build right now with the YouTube channel, podcast, real estate investing, all that type of stuff.
Hope you get a roommate.
Exactly. I feel like I am because I'm not gonna rush it. Because first,
I was gonna say, what are your opinions on having like a roommate? So as
what's your criteria?
So that's perfect, bro. So when it comes to a house, when it comes to my own space, I like to be at peace. And so if I get any type of roommate, it has to be someone where I'm not overthinking who it is.
Yeah.
Someone like a Alvin Westbrook.
Yeah.
Someone like that, or Jaquay Ellison. If y'all are listening, go ahead and apply for a roommate position. I got about 600, 700 square feet for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the roommate criteria is important just because I like to be at peace of mind. I'm not going to be able to work or relax if I don't have peace of mind. So if I just put my stuff at roommates.com or apartments.com, it's not going to work because any random person that has a key to my house, I can't even trust it.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm not rushing the process now because I know, first of all, I live in Austin, Texas. Everybody's having a mass exodus from their states to Texas, whether it be Dallas, Houston, or Austin. So I know it's a matter of time before one of my friends comes through and says, yo, I'm trying to move to Austin. Can I stay at your spot for a year? Just to get on my feet. I'm be like, cool, whatever the case may be, write them a lease, and I'm going to start cash flowing that way.
Got you.
But I want to be in a position where there's availability. And so if I just rent it out to somebody random that I don't know, it's not going to be like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And
so actually, Devin is actually in Austin. So what brought you to Austin?
Yeah, bro.
It's actually one of my teammates. Shout out to my boy Dante.
Shout out
Dante. But he played college football with me. Was my roommate senior year. And he ended up moving out to Austin fresh out of college. So I had to make the trip to Austin.
Oh yeah, bro. He made a college trip.
He's really a pioneer, bro.
Let's see what Texas is really about.
Yeah, bro. What you think of it?
Needless to say, I was out in Austin about 6 months.
Yeah.
So ended up getting out here somehow. Just getting on, obviously had to get on my feet and
here
now.
Yeah, bro. Austin is smooth, bro. Like, there's so many things to do.
Yeah.
Whether you're out west in the hills, you're downtown at West 6, East 6, or if you like Dirty 6.
Yeah.
Maybe you're on Riverside. Maybe you up north.
Yeah.
It don't matter. There's a lot of people between 20 and 30. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of technology. And the infrastructure is coming and people are moving. The tax laws are advantageous to the...
Especially in Texas.
Exactly.
Especially in Texas.
So Austin is a great place to be. Anywhere really on 35 from San Antonio to Dallas is a good place to be. So that's where I'd look out for.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I know one thing we're trying to work on, like with the podcast, is just coming off more like personable. Mm-hmm. So we tell y'all a little bit about our lives. So Rashad actually has some good news.
Yeah, bro. So I have some great news.
Great news.
At the corporate job, I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
And so recently, it's not a full promotion.
Okay.
But they're handing me a very good opportunity and they're upgrading my status. The pay hasn't upgraded. So we're waiting on that.
Yeah, for sure.
But if I do a good job in this new opportunity, then the pay will come with it. And so what's happening is one of my colleagues, he recently retired. He's a little bit older than me. He didn't retire. He retired from the bank. Yeah. And then he moved on to another position as a consultant for JLL. Right. But the position he was in, he was moving into a regional real estate portfolio manager position. And regional real estate is a sector within our commercial real estate sector that handles market risk real estate below $20 million. Okay. And so right now, because I've been exalted in this position, they don't necessarily trust me fully. Just because I haven't been in the bank. I've only been there for a year. My year anniversary was last week. Okay. And so I've been there for a year, but I never have been in the banking industry before that. And so it was a huge learning curve because it was trial by fire. Yeah. And so I've been staying a little bit later.
What is trial by fire?
Trial by fire is, look, we're going to put you in this position. If you mess up, then you're just going to get fired. Damn. Yeah, so there's no room to fuck up. So I'm over here emailing different people trying to figure out, okay, what's the swap rate for this? What's this? So when I go into the meeting, I'm saying something I know is true and that's been confirmed by other people. Yeah. So like they can't be like, oh, they ask me a question, I'd be like, oh, I don't know, or oh, blah, blah, blah. That's
the worst thing that you can say, bro, is I don't know. Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Like, what's the interest rate in this loan? Oh, I don't know what it is. Well, why don't you know what the interest rate is?
Or at least say something with some confidence.
Yeah.
It might not be the right thing, but it might.
But you know what? Actually,
like, smart shit at least.
But the folks be knowing. And so it's hard to kind of bullshit people who've been in banking 30 years. Yeah. I've been in this whole 1 year. They know exactly what I'm bullshitting.
Man, you gotta ChatGPT that shit.
Yeah, bro. And so the good news is they're handing me, a black man in corporate America, a great opportunity to be a portfolio manager of regional real estate. The task I'm tasked with is to do a good job. And our real estate portfolio now has about 90 loans in it. Yeah. A cumulative $245 million. Yeah. And so over the next couple of months, we're going to be kind of organizing that portfolio and then trying to expand it. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. What about you, man? How things been going for you?
Bro, so internal audit it's internal audit. Like we're going through like a slow period right now. But when I tell you, like, I'm finally getting like that external validation, like that you need at work. I feel like sometimes it's like very under radar, very underappreciated. Yeah. You know, you just finish a project and then nobody says anything. And you just go about your day.
Oh God, you're like, okay, yeah, they do a good job or what?
Yeah. So one thing I've been working on at like more corporate job is just, you know, being aggressive about like needing feedback. Mm-hmm. So like I really want to know like, hey, how did I do on this like work paper, or how's my documentation? So one of the chief audit executives of the company, you know, she was, you know, praising my work. She was like, bro, this man is like documentation.
Give you the validation you deserve, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro. That's feeling. I was like, damn, like, especially after like, whenever you're going through like the whole layoff thing, you know, you losing your job, you start to question like who you really are, who you are, your skills and shit.
You get insecure about it too.
Yeah, and then I know Rashad talked about it like last week where, you know, he was struggling with his job and like people will really make you feel like, you don't do this shit. Don't do this shit, bro. Like,
yeah, bro. Really, a lot of times, I feel like it's not even that you're doing a bad job, but that nobody's giving you a clear direction of where to go.
Exactly.
And so if you don't have a clear direction, you might be going in one direction and the company wants you to go in another one, and then they deem you doing a bad job. And you're like, bro, I'm doing good work. It's just not what y'all want because y'all haven't told me what y'all want. Y'all want me to try to figure it out. And that's like, what do you mean? Exactly. So Devin, how are things going for you right now? Your job. I know you talked about your credit cards during the car. So tell us a little bit about that.
Man, so basically, just keep it super brief. I'm in sales, you know, sales. I'm trying to collect credit cards from these big companies, big businesses. And, you know, our directors throw out little, like, spiff deals.
Yeah.
Like things where, okay, if you do this, you get a deal. If you do this, you get 4 or 5 deals.
Yeah.
So, you know, I left for the trip.
Yeah.
I was in the lead.
Okay.
I was in the lead for 4 extra deals. That's going to give me a
And it was month in, too.
Month in.
Okay.
I'm going to put me in a different pay tier. Bump up my commission check. I'm feeling great.
Yeah, great.
And so, I'm at 4 credit cards for the day.
Okay.
Nobody else is near me, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I get in bed. We tired. The dude went from 0 to 4 in a couple of hours.
Ah, hell.
You're like, all right.
Stop the count.
And I ain't gonna throw no shade on him. I don't know him personally.
Stop the count, bro.
But he not in Austin.
On God.
So, but outside of that, man, just been grinding. Just doing what companies, like especially startups, they go through so many changes. You got to be able to roll with the punches or you're going to be out. So just being able to be flexible, be fluid. At the end of the day, continues to do what I do. Yeah. Make my money. Yeah. Push the company in the right direction as much as I can, but that's about it for me.
Yeah, man, that's one thing I noticed about MUS dudes. MUS is the high school we went to, just in case y'all don't know, but we're always constantly grinding and constantly on top. We never really see us mid-tier, and it's weird because when I was in high school, I felt like I was mid-tier, especially academically. But as soon as I got out of that, the mindset that we developed and cultivated made us top tier everywhere else we went.
Bro, it wasn't even close. Like, even our quote-unquote lowest performing academic people are, like, killing it. Like, are blowing it out the water. And so it's just been absolutely amazing just to see, like, our guys being successful. Like, I just saw Drew. I don't know if y'all saw Drew.
Yeah, I seen him on Instagram.
Yeah, bro, he's doing, like, a pop-up shop where he's, like, a lot of entrepreneurs. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, like, everybody doing things. Yeah, if y'all don't know, quick story time, bro. So it was, what was this? This is 9th grade year, bro. So we had a book.
Oh, you're talking about McLean? Oh my God!
I know this story.
Bro, yes. So it was this one teacher named, well, we're not gonna say his name, but he was brand new at MUS, and so me, Drew, were you in that class, Rashad?
No, I wasn't. But I was in the class, but I wasn't in that period.
Okay, Corwin and Marvin were in that class, but we had a book report to do, and I teamed up with Drew. And so my whole mindset was like, Drew is probably going to think I'm going to do the whole report, and then he just attaches his name to it. And I was like, nah, we just don't work like that, bro.
No, God.
And I made that shit clear, like, from the beginning. I was like, yeah, bro, like, I'm not going to be the whole I do and you take credit. So I did it one night. He wasn't texting me back. He wasn't helping me. So I was like, oh, okay. I see how you going to act. So I was like, when we get in class tomorrow, I'm going to present my book report, and he's going to present his. So
he's funny as hell.
Bro, so this is what happened. So we get into class. We get in class, and so he was like, all right, Drew and Xavier, can you come in and present? And I was like, I'll let Drew go ahead first. And I said, I'll let Drew go first.
Mr. McLean was probably like,
bro, he was like, what is going on right now? And he was like, no, go. So Drew finally get down. And bro, I get up there and start presenting. I'm talking over Mr. McLean. He's trying to tell me to sit down. I was like, nah, I just stayed up till 12 o'clock at night. Bro, I said, this is some bullshit. In the middle of class, bro, had everybody lit. Everybody was like, oh, shit.
Bro, one thing I would say about MUS dudes, we do not take no shit. Because I tell y'all a story, too. Okay, I'm not going to say no names, but we was in a class, right? It was our senior year. Keep in mind, I had already signed my papers away to University of Arkansas, so I did not give a fuck. I was
Rashad was bad, too. He was bad.
I was really good friends with this very famous track star. I'm not going to name her name. But I wrote a paper about her because, in this class, you had to write papers every week. And I'm not going to lie. It was a little rushed. But it wasn't bad.
This is Mr. Holman.
You already knew.
When I tell you I got my grade back,
Uh-huh.
it didn't say 1 out of 10, not 2 out of 10, not 3 out of 10. It said NC. No credit.
Bro.
You just went to bed, my
I looked at it, and the funniest part was I looked to my right, Chris had an NC too.
Classic.
Like, when you think about it.
No, hold on. So I seen the paper, right? It said NC. I said, Mr. Holden, what the fuck is this? I literally said, what the fuck is this? As an 18-year-old senior in high school. He said, what do you mean, what is it? I said, this is some bullshit. Like, there is no way I didn't get any credit on this fucking paper. Yeah. Is what I said. And I walked out, didn't come to class for a whole week.
Yeah. He was wild. Yeah.
Y'all both wild.
The worst part was, he was my track coach too.
Yeah.
So he tried to talk to me at track practice and I did not give a fuck. I said, I cussed him out on the track. I said, yeah, I'm doing too much.
Yeah, bro.
But like, for real though, think about it. MUS, like how you said, trial by fire.
Mm-hmm.
MUS was truly trial by, like, if you don't figure out what you do well or do something, you got about a semester.
You got about a semester.
We have seen people come and go.
Woo. Yeah, don't be black and go to that school and not be 6'4" and cold as hell at a sport. Like, both of these niggas were cold, bro. I was hanging on by a thread.
Why he lying? Like he was the student council president. Get his ass out of here. Get him out of here.
I had ops in that joint. There was this one tenured professor, bro. And he said I would never make it at this school, bro. He told me that in my 8th grade year. I was just like,
can I guess who said that?
Bro, is he still alive?
He's for sure still alive.
Oh, for sure. I was like, you know who I was.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I can't picture him saying that, but I can at the same time.
Yeah, bro. It was the other short. It was the other short junk.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So, but it was that kind of like mindset I had to go into. You know, whether it was high school or college, because I had similar feeling in college.
Mm-hmm.
But niggas were already against me. Like the people in the faculty were against me. So I was like, bro, I'm not even finna let this shit stop me, bro.
Oh God, you good, bro. The type of resilience that we learn, bro, is actually insane. We had to adapt on a daily basis.
Every single day.
I was just like, all right.
Reading Odysseus like 60 pages in 2 days, bro. I'm like,
when I tell you
summer readings.
Yeah, bro.
When I tell you, we used to come to class in 7th grade, Mr. Torrey class, and then we used to write a paper, and if anything was wrong with our format, immediately we're getting a 0 on the paper. I'm saying, like, how do we even pass it? My dad made me quit basketball because I got a C. Like, that's how bad it was. I was like, look, bro, oh my God.
He didn't know what shit.
But ultimately, MUS, to me, was a great experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, great.
Just because it taught me how to live real life.
Yeah. And it taught me early, like, what life is, actually is, bro.
It taught me about society.
Yeah, bro.
Not everybody gonna be with you, trying to help you.
And that's one thing I wanted to touch on, too, going into, like, the main topic of the podcast, you know, the growth mindset.
Yeah.
And so, Devin, we talked about this in the car yesterday about how some people that go through a whole week, 2 weeks, a month, a couple of months, and they don't even know what happened in that month. And it's like lately, past couple of months, and this is probably why, you know, I'm doing well at work, doing well in my other aspects of life. You know, I write down pretty much lessons for the day, lessons for the week, lessons for the month. You know, whether it be don't take this route to work anymore, or don't talk to this person anymore, or don't eat this anymore. So a lot of people go throughout their weeks and months and they have no idea what happened. And so they're continuously making the same mistakes over and over. And I think that's the opposite of the growth mindset. What do you think?
Bro, I think it's one of the biggest things that's hurting, I would say, the Black community and just like everybody in general, is just like being content, bro. Like people are just so content in where they are. And once I think we talked about it on a previous podcast, but like once you develop that consumer mindset, you just become a victim of the system. And that's why, like, you know, people are just like, oh, these student loans, I ain't paying mine. It's just like, bro, yeah, that's cool and all to say, and like, you know, funny and shit, but like, this shit is going to affect your credit score if you do not pay it.
Bro.
And so people are coming in with you now have a $200, $300 bill that you have not been prepared for in the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, bro, you need to be, one thing I'm finding out, and I learned this past week, is just that some people don't have a sense of urgency with their life. Like they think they have like all the time in the world to just like, oh, like I'm gonna get to it, like, I'm gonna get to it later. Like it's just a project. I'm just like, nah, bro, like, so do y'all ever feel like y'all are ever getting content, and like how do you grow, get out of those comfortable spaces of, I'm just cool with what I'm doing?
Man, I feel like you just gotta address it, or at least be around people who are gonna point it out to you.
Talk about addressing it, because it's kind of hard to address yourself sometimes.
It's definitely hard to look in the mirror, but you have to do it.
You kind of learn it as a student athlete, like
you
either are good or you're not, and you could get better. So tell us about that process about getting better and addressing shit like in the mirror.
I mean, it's like what you said it's just like what we talked about yesterday. It's the little things.
Yeah.
You writing down something. Okay, I want to get better every single. Let's say I set a goal for a month.
Mm-hmm.
How am I gonna get better every week? When I review that week back after I wrote everything I did down, did this negatively affect my life? Did it positively affect my life? All right, I'm gonna X this out.
I'm gonna X this out.
Now we're gonna move on to the next thing. So I think just taking your time, like figuring yourself out, taking your time within yourself to say, yo, I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember what I did last month.
Bro,
last month just went by. You were not productive. You literally just floated through life.
Bro, and I think another important thing that you said was the whole keeping the right people around you, because even when you can't, look in the mirror and be like, oh, this is what's fucked up with me, this is what I'm insecure about, you got really people around you that really fuck with you. They can be like, hey, bro, you've been slacking in this area. Yeah, like, this is the way to solve this, bro.
Yeah,
and what we're talking about, don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal. And that's going to be a great topic to
What you mean? What you mean? Yeah.
So a lot of people, when you give them constructive criticism, it is registered in their brain as negative. Yeah. Right?
They get on defensive.
And so they're immediately on defense. Mm-hmm. And they're no longer accepting what you're saying.
Yeah.
They're actually taking it negative, and they're actually just not listening to you at all. And that's what I'd say the opposite of not taking it that's literally taking it personally, because you're taking it as negative.
Yeah.
But what I try to do, because my dad was my coach, and I kind of got a head start on this. Yeah. But I used to take the things that he said personally, because they would kind of track back home, like, oh, you're eating too much. We get to dinner, you can't eat that much, that type of thing. It wasn't like anything to where like he should have been told not to do it. It was for the benefit of me.
Yeah, you just got in your head.
But it was in my head, and I was a young kid, so I didn't really understand the full vision. Yeah. And so I say all that to say, like, you could really hurt yourself. Yeah. By taking things personally, you could lose good friends who actually want you to succeed.
Bro, yeah, bro. And people, they get in their own way, and like that's what the biggest problem is. It's like when you know the true intentions of the people around you, like you don't have to guess like, oh, he's just talking shit about me. He just he's not really looking out for me. He just you just want to hate on like my position. It's just like, bro, I don't even have niggas that like to hate around me. Like, I don't even like to gossip. Like, that shit is just, I don't even need that kind of energy around me. So, I guess what's one way that you have been able to, like, to vet your friends about, like this is who I need around me? That's kind of like the transition I am in,
bro.
Like, right now.
Yeah, so I'm going to give y'all an example. So, there was one friend I was with. I'm not going to name any names, but he knows who he is. It's not a serious, like, example, but it'll illustrate the point. Yeah. So, we were driving in the car. I was in the passenger seat. He was driving, and I had my seatbelt on. He didn't have his seatbelt on, but we're going on the highway 80 miles an hour. I said, yo, you should put your seatbelt on. I said it just like that. He was like, honestly, bro, I just feel more comfortable without my seatbelt. I said, I honestly don't care. I said, I honestly don't care how you feel. Put your seatbelt on. I said it just like that. Yeah. He was like, nah, bro. Like, honestly, like, I just hate having it around my chest. I said, so if you get in, so you don't care about your life. It's what I said next. I said, so you don't care about your life. He was like, it has nothing to do with me caring about your life. I said, how does it not have anything to do with you not caring about your life? If you get in an accident at 80 miles per hour, you're going straight out the windshield in time.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? And so I say all that to say, like, when I told him to put his seatbelt on, even though I did say it aggressively, sometimes you have to say it.
Bro, like it's that it go back to that sense of urgency. Like, this is life or death.
We're literally driving right now at 80 miles per hour. You need to do it right now. Yeah. Fuck all the nice shit.
Yeah.
And so when I said it, he took it personally. And he got defensive, like, it's my car. I just feel more comfortable.
I'm like, see,
I said that has nothing to do what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and so I say all that to say, like, to get back to the point, how do you not really take things personally? You have to really zoom out. Like, what is my friend really trying to accomplish with this sentence?
Yeah.
If he zoomed out, damn, my friend might have saw somebody or know someone who died from not having their seatbelt.
And that's what I'm saying. That's how, like, even, like, you know, shout out to Dante one more time.
Yeah.
But he became my best friend in college simply because, you know, when you're a college athlete, you're around a lot of yes people.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be your friend because they feel like they can get something from you, whatever. But, like, he was my teammate, so I was living with him senior year, and I got hurt or whatever. So I'm sitting there like, I gotta get back into like the mode. I'm sitting there eating shitty. Not working out, feeling sorry for myself basically.
Yeah.
And he was the first person to sit there and be like, DP, you not being you.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing? Get like, all right, bro, get your shit right. You sometimes you just need that kick in the ass. Like if a lot of people get it from their parents, but when you're in college and on your own, all right, now who's gonna do it for you? You gotta do it for yourself.
You gotta do it for yourself, bro. But if you got a friend that holds you accountable, that makes it way easier.
Bro,
gotta have it.
Yeah, bro. It's essential. That's what I appreciate, like, you know, with the whole podcast, just having somebody like by my side that can hold me accountable in whatever I do. Like, cause that's the end thing is that they want the best for you. Like,
exactly.
And if you look at it through that lens, even if it's something that you can't directly apply, like in that moment, like you can still learn something. You're just like, okay, like, you know, it'll be something I'll look out for.
And so, what are some? Because you know, a lot of times I hear, and this is you teaching me how to communicate. Like I'm literally asking you for advice. So both of you guys give me as much advice as possible. Okay. But I often hear it's not what you say, it's how you say it. How are some ways that you phrase things to different types of people to where they can receive the information rather than me just spouting the information out to them?
Okay,
that's tough.
Okay, yeah, it takes some skill, bro. Because I'll
say,
a thin
line.
Yeah, for example, you know, let's just say I'm talking to a girl and I haven't been giving her the energy that I would like to, you know, and she's saying that I'm being standoffish. I could easily write her off and be like, "Oh, I hate that you feel that way." So this is the small nuance. I hate that you feel that way is the bad sentence. I hate that you feel that way. The good sentence is I hate that I'm sorry that I made you feel that way.
Okay.
And so it shows a little bit of like onus on you. You taking like ownership of it. Okay, this is what I did to make you feel like, you know, whatever validated feeling that you may have. So it's like very big on how you say it. I've gotten better like over the years about how I put it to. So one thing I want to talk about, and Rashad's pretty good at this, is just communication with women and how to get your message across.
Yeah.
How have you been able to develop over the years in that?
Okay. So first of all, I do have a lot to say about this, but DP, do you have anything to say about the women and communicating? Because I know you have a girl, so you practice this pretty much every day. So go ahead and give us your spiel.
I mean, it's just being with my girl. I mean, we've been together for a little while now, so it's just trial and error. Like sometimes you gotta go through those little arguments. Like if you really care about each other, you'll figure out a plan to figure out, okay, this is how I communicate. Because I'm the type, if we have a problem, I'm trying to solve it right then and there. I don't want any time or space to get in between it. I want to knock it out because I feel like it's gonna just drag on.
Right.
She's the type to be like, hey, let's cool off. Give me 15, 20 minutes. And I didn't understand that at first. Yeah. So I would sit there and try to talk to her right then and there. She would push back because she's like, that's just not my personality. So just being able to, we sat down one day and we just talked for like 5 hours straight. About communication. Literally just being like, okay.
And it takes those long conversations.
And it was a hard conversation.
But I think people are scared to have those conversations.
Oh, people are terrified.
Yeah, bro. And so, you know, to get into, I'm going to piggyback on DP. Like, you have to have those hard conversations. But I think another important point is the other person has to feel heard. Yeah. Because women, a lot of times, they don't want solutions. Like, let's just keep
Most times they don't want solutions.
Most times, like, if they were to tell you a situation, you give them a solution, they get annoyed. Yeah. Okay, so what's the alternative? Okay, let me just listen to what she has to say. You know what I mean? And so one thing I've gotten good at doing, and this is from talking to Gabby so much, Solera so much, you know, and some other girls, is kind of summarizing what they say after they say it and then just kind of pondering and thinking about it.
Bro, if you leave that little space of just not saying anything, they're gonna tell you some more.
So if they tell me a whole story, I'd be like, man, I can't believe that he just gave you all this money a recent situation is, I can't believe that he bought that ticket, but he didn't think that it was like at 5 a.m. And I'll just summarize exactly what she said, and I'll just be like, dang, that sucks, period. So, because I know she's feeling shitty, and so if I acknowledge that, that does suck, now she doesn't feel crazy. She feels like I understand her, which is a good emotion.
Yeah, fact. Right.
And so that good emotion is going to be associated with you.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, he understands me. And so she's going to talk more. Yeah. And then what you can do after that in order to kind of steer her in the right direction, as men should do, I think, is you could plant little nuggets. Like, man, next time I think you should do this. Or it'd be like, next time I would have probably just did this.
Bro.
And that's it.
Bro, and I think one of the biggest things that helps me is like just asking more questions. Because like, you can eventually get to what you want her to say, because our minds, it's like, bro, I'm finna give you a solution. This is what you need to do. A, B, and C. But one time, have you thought about A? Have you thought about C? What about B?
Because actually, you got a great point. Because a lot of times, and this is super important for our listeners, a lot of times as a man, you'll give a solution, but you'll have incomplete information because she won't have told you everything.
Oh my goodness, I hate that shit.
And so you'll give a solution and she'll get immediately annoyed because she'll be thinking about something that she didn't even tell you.
Facts.
And so your solution is actually obsolete and you don't even know that. And so that's why asking more questions is super important, because you can get a full picture. And once you get the full picture, a lot of times when she says it out loud, she'll realize either that she was really dumb or that this is the right direction to move in, because she'll just be thinking about it in hindsight.
Okay, let me ask you this then. What do you do when your friend is venting to you and you realize they're the problem?
And I am trying to...
don't get me started on this.
Like, you hear the rest of the story, you like...
Don't get me started on that.
When they're the problem... Cause I
want to see how you handle
it.
I'm probably different from you.
So a lot of times that is the case, right? Where I'm like, okay, she was slightly in the wrong word. I can tell, a lot of times what it is, it's a miscommunication because she doesn't know how she comes off to other people. But I know how she comes off because I'm another person. Right? And so I'm like, okay, she said this, that, and the third, but she's coming off like this, and this. And the other person is thinking this, but she has no idea the other person's thinking this.
Yeah, because you a guy.
Right. And so sometimes I'd be like, man, I don't know, man. Sometimes when you just say it and you have no emotion, it just comes off weird. That's what I'll say. I won't be, and I think this is the main point of what I'm trying to say is you have to be specifically vague.
Interesting.
And so to where it's like specific enough to where they can apply it to themselves, but it's vague enough to where it's not personal.
Man, because they gonna feel like it's an attack.
Exactly.
Like, wow,
exactly. And it's hard to
it's hard to
just think of an example, but I actually do this shit all the time.
Yeah.
So what would you say?
Yeah, I was about to say, within a relationship, how do you tell your woman?
I mean, it depends on your relationship first and foremost.
Might be wrong.
But I mean, let's say, okay, my relationship person, I can only speak for mine. Yeah. We've been together almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
So and we talked for a full year before that. So it's like we know each other's personality. Yeah. So we can heat check each other and be like, "Ooh, all right, you are bullshitting." Okay.
And that's a good point to be at. That's a good point to be at.
Honestly, it's the best. And she can do it to me. I'm not perfect. Yeah. She'll call me out. And it's the best feeling because I can be completely truthful.
Okay. So let's pause. When you say you can heat check your bullshit, do you literally say it just like that, or do you say it a little bit nicer?
Yeah. Because that was the question I was about to ask.
Because for our listeners, they'll go and be like, today, girl, you're bullshit.
You're bullshit.
And you can't really do that all the time. So be a little bit more specific.
No, but I'm not bullshit. But I'll straight up be like, look, you just told me the entire situation. And from my understanding, as your boyfriend, as somebody you can fully trust, you might be in the wrong right here. And I'm still in your corner. And I'm not saying I'm not in your corner.
That's important.
But you don't feel like it's personal or anything. Yeah. But you could have handled this situation a lot better.
You know what's
you probably
funny,
need to want to go fix that.
Okay.
You know what's funny, bro? Yeah. Your explanation, I would call that bullshitting too. I would be like, yeah, you're bullshitting. Like, if I was to sum it all up, I would have said the same shit. But that's a great explanation.
If I'm tired, I'm mad, I got something going on, I might say bullshit.
Bro, you know I'm good for saying that shit, bro.
Sorry, but like obviously, like trying to be better at communicating, I would definitely like not say it like that, but just be like, hey, I heard you out, I fully understand, but you might have to go fix this problem because you might be the root of it.
Yeah, you might be the aggressor in the situation. So, what about you, Xavier? What you think?
For me, how I tell my significant other she's bullshitting. Damn, that would be hard. I think it's more so like I go back to the whole asking question. I'm like, so what did you feel about your actions in this situation? And she explained. I'm like, so you don't think you could have done like you had another option? And you also have to be very, because sometimes, especially me, I know when I speak very passionately, like it can come off as you need to be. But if I bring it back and I'm just like talking,
people that don't know him, they get pissed off by him.
Like,
me, I be chilling.
They be like, oh, fuck you.
But Xavier be like, yeah, that's why my team beat you. And I just be like, oh.
Bro, but one trick I did learn over this past week is like when you're in those kind of situations, is one, as a man, talk with a low voice.
Yeah, bro.
Because once you slow it down, it brings the fury off of whatever y'all talking about.
It's a different vibe.
It brings her down. And so you're just like a lot more calm. So I would suggest that. So it would be more so talking to her in a very soft voice and just asking a question.
I don't think soft is the right word, but calm.
Calm.
And so let me piggyback off that. Like, I think so. I'll just paint a picture. So there was one day I was sitting in my house and I was just looking at myself in the mirror. Not on some like weird stuff, but I was about to go on a date, right?
Okay.
And so I was like a lot of
I was like, what is this?
So
a lot of times people say like I come off as aggressive. And I was trying to figure out what people were talking about. So I'm looking at myself, and I'm like, okay, this is how I be on a date. And I'm looking at him like this. I'm like, wait, that is low-key kind of aggressive.
Bro, Rashad be staring at me.
Yes.
He be like...
And so on that date, I consciously said, let me back up and let me raise my eyebrows just a little bit and let me look a little bit more, happy.
Yeah.
And so I was doing this, kind of like being, not like this, but kind of like, usually I'm like this. I was just like, and so it looked a little bit more calm, a little bit more smooth, and my tone was a little bit more smooth. I was laughing a little bit more. And the reason why I paint that picture is because I didn't know how it was coming off until I looked at myself in the mirror. And so if I'm trying to tell my girl you're bullshitting, sometimes I'll tell her a story about me. Okay, look, I looked in my mirror and I realized that I was looking like this, and so I changed myself like that. And so what she'll do, hopefully if you got a good girl, is she'll compare that stuff to her and be like, damn, there are probably some times where I'm coming off and I don't even know it. And she'll do the exercise when she looks in the mirror. Yeah. And then she'll be like, you know what? Because Gabby and Solaire have done this too. They'll be like, you know what? You said this, and I went back and actually thought about it. And like, you're actually right. And I'm like, yeah. So that could be a way that you could get through to your girl or to someone you're trying to, I guess, help. Yeah. Court. Yeah. It's just because you could give an example of how you've improved and how like there was something that you thought was happening that wasn't necessarily the case, and they could take that and use it as a parallel to their own life.
Okay, so to flip it, how would you want your friends, or let's just say your girl, to say that you bullshit? There be sometimes where Rashad be screaming and yelling, and this nigga be 100% wrong. He be wrong.
Nerds never a time.
Oh, there you go. You see what
Nerds literally never a time.
He be wrong. So how would you want somebody to come and tell you like, yeah, you bullshit?
Okay. Okay. And so I'm gonna take an example of the vlog. Okay. So we just, first of all, like, comment on the video. Do that right now. Like, comment. But I'll put the video up on the top. Yeah. We just released a vlog from InvestFest 2023.
She was
Great
nice.
vlog. Yeah. And so I edited it. I put a lot of time into it. And so I'm getting better at editing. But once I posted the vlog, Marcus and Xavier, they were able to give me feedback, right? And they gave me direct feedback. Look, I loved your music choice, but here's some things that you gotta work on. And so to answer your question, Xavier, the way that I wanna be communicated with when it comes to like feedback is, I like the whole positive, negative reinforcement. Tell me what I did right, and then tell me some things I can improve on. Yeah. But say it directly and concisely. Yeah. Like, let's not go into the sugarcoating because we don't have time to waste. Yeah. Right. But at the same time, I realize that if it's just all negative, I'm gonna think it's a bad video.
Yeah.
And so if you would have just been like, yeah, like because Marcus was just he started off the conversation with like, did you color grade the video? And I knew I color graded it, and so I was like, okay, maybe it looks terrible. And so he was like, yeah, next time I wouldn't be as intense with the color grading.
Yeah.
And he didn't really give me any positive feedback, so I'm like, damn, the video might have been shitty. But when you followed up with, I love the music choice, great video, but then go chill out a little bit on the color grading.
Yeah.
That was way better to me.
So
that's how I like to be communicated with, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, my way is, maybe I was raised like a little tough, like super pretty tough. But I'm cool with you coming in and saying, all right, let's just say I got laid off and I'm just sitting there on the couch, just not doing anything, not applying, not trying to get better, right?
Which you would never do.
Never do. But
and
if you come in and see me doing that, I'm cool with you saying, DP, what are you doing, bro? Let's get it together, because I don't know. I don't need super positive. I don't need you saying, oh, you did this right, blah, blah, blah. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, because that's going to get me better. I'm going to continue doing what I do.
Yeah. See, the only reason why I said positive is because when I was in the corporate world, I would do things and they would never give me any feedback.
Never, bro.
Like, if I did good, they would just use it. But if I did bad, they made sure to let me know.
That's all. Corporate is a little different.
That's where my thought process is coming from, type shit.
Corporate is definitely, I would feel like exactly like
intimate
relationships where it's like close friends.
Right, exactly.
You can talk to me and tell me, hey, I'm not, you're bullshit. Literally, you're bullshit. And I would be like, okay, let me take a step back, figure out what am I doing?
Yeah, I'm very much a critical guy, and I don't know whether it's like a Memphis thing or like, we just us. Yeah, it might be a Memphis thing, bro. But I'm very much a person where you just need to come out and say it. Like, I'm similar in the delivery of it, where it needs to be. I like when people come up with like a possible solution to like a problem. Let's just say you ask me to do something,
so you can ponder.
So I'm like, hey, well, what about this? I can be like, okay, cool. Instead of just saying, hey, this is wrong, and then not giving any feedback or update. And like, I'm just saying that, I'll say that's more so for like the corporate context. So like, that's what happened in my last job, where they wouldn't really tell me, they would tell me something's wrong, and then wouldn't tell me like how to fix it. So I just be like, all right, so I redid the project, what do you think? And so I'm very much
so annoying, bro.
Yeah.
So
like, what do you want me to do to make it better?
Exactly. Like,
because if you know it's wrong, you probably know a solution.
Yeah, exactly. Like, either tell me the process or at least give me some type of direction.
Yeah, something. And with intimate relationships, it's more of just like sitting me down and just like, hey, this is what I think you are doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, we all grew up playing sports and like had coaching. Like,
exactly.
I think that's why I'm always gonna be a proponent of like playing sports at a young age. You learn so much. You learn how to communicate. You learn how to be communicated with. And you can take criticism, which you're going to have to do. You're not perfect going through life.
Nobody is.
You have to be able to do that.
I'm actually super glad that we went through coaching, because it warmed me up for what real life is like.
Yeah.
Because honestly, going throughout the days, and I don't want to say being a man, but being a human in this society, having to do the numerous tasks, like, that shit is hard, bro. Let's just clap it up, because we're all doing a great job.
Yeah, bro. Adulting.
We're doing a great job, and I don't think we like sit down and actually think about how much shit we do on a weekly, monthly basis. And so I just want to take some time to do that. But the reason why I talked about coaching is because you have to be almost rock solid to handle real life. And with coaching, MUS, being around guys and being around your friends that held you accountable, like, I remember going to the lunch table and y'all checking the hell out of me. And there would be times where like I would leave, I would cry, or I would get super pissed off. And it wasn't until I think Marvin had said something to me, because I had a high voice and big ass ears, a little ass head. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until like I think Marvin had said stop taking this shit so personal. I think you had said it too. So I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what these niggas have to say to me. And ever since that, I think it would have been like the middle of 8th grade, bro. Because I was getting checked so bad that I didn't even want to go to lunch no more. But ever since I stopped caring, yes, bro. And I started to defend myself.
They ain't gonna say shit to me if I sit with you.
Nah, bro, the worst was when you sat somewhere else, like you would see me, you be like, oh, you ain't gonna sit with us. Like, you be like, damn! I was like, all right, nigga, so what?
You know he like sitting at the table still looking like, damn.
Y'all laughing.
You know he's sick.
We jump up and laugh and she like, damn.
I'm over
think want to go over there.
Oh God! But it wasn't until then where I was like, all right, you know what? Let me just develop some tough skin, because honestly, like what they're saying isn't false.
Yeah. No, bro. It's like,
It's not false.
and that's the worst part about it. It's like, bro, they true, and you can't change it. Like being short, he's like, all right, bro. Like,
all right, bro. But you know what? Imagine you're at work and somebody say, "Oh, you short," and you're not able to handle it. Now you're getting fired from your job because you say something stupid. You have to learn that shit at a young age.
Yeah.
So
I think also with the corporate mindset is like you can actually change. Like shit they ask you to do, you can change it. I feel like niggas checked you for shit that was just you.
Bro, they say
like, bro.
Long neck.
No, man, look here, man. You can't hear
Like I was at MU's 4 years.
Yeah.
Getting this shit for 4 years straight. Nothing in the outside world after that can touch you, bro.
Nobody can touch
That's why niggas think I'm mean now, because I be listening, I be like, bro, what are you mad at?
Yeah.
What are we talking about right now?
Oh,
yeah, bro. And so, okay, so this is one thing I wanted to go into. So I recently watched on the Shay Shay. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. He's split from Skip, and he's created his own podcast, sports channel, and he's trying to make it the biggest like black podcast and sport. Yeah. Okay. And so that's gonna be great. But he had Brittany Rayner on there. And usually I don't entertain Brittany Rayner because I don't really give a fuck. But one specific thing that she said really struck me, and she said that she had 35 bodies. And I'm not gonna comment on whether that's a lot of bodies or not, because I don't like to hold double standards.
Right.
But I want to comment on the fact that she made her number public. I think that bothers me more than what her number actually is. Agree. Yeah, and so what do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that you can just, if you tell maybe your partner after 20 years.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah,
sure,
like,
maybe.
Yeah. Like, they might not even care because if let's say it's before them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But to go public,
with millions of people watching,
network, and people are watching, impressionable people watching, and you're throwing out numbers, and now you probably know some people like, oh my God, I have a lot to feel bad about themselves. Yeah. Some people, it's just like, you could have kept that to yourself.
And she already has a reputation of just like wilding, and Yeah. To me,
she didn't need to.
Yeah, like you said, I'm not gonna speak on a number, because the whole double standard. But I will say this: I would not like with my woman to make it public.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
You just can't make it public, no matter if it's a high number or a low number. I don't even want to make it public because then it's like, you had somebody other than me.
Right. Now everybody knows.
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed. And let me explain my reasoning, because a lot of people are like, oh, why do you care how many bodies your girl makes public, whatever the case may be. And it's simply because my girl's a reflection of me. I'm a reflection of my girl.
That does it.
Bro, yeah.
And so if my girl's making that information public, or she's doing something else that's I deem embarrassing, like going off on me in public, or slandering on social media, that type of thing, then now people are gonna lose respect for me, because you're acting not respectable. And so I mean, like can you guys, like, if there's a guy that and he's dating someone who's out there, do you respect him, or do you immediately like, damn, he's a buster?
Man. That's hard. That's hard.
Have I known?
Because I know plenty of them.
How have I known him? Like, or I just met him. Like our friendship is pretty new. Or
okay, let's do you just knowing him and your friendship's friendship solidified. Let's do both situations. So let's say okay. Prime example.
Okay, that's tough.
There's a girl there's a nigga that you just met him.
Okay.
But his girl, you've already messed with before, and she's messed with some of your teammates too. Do you lose respect for him, or do you gain respect for him?
I think I'm not gaining respect. Like, I'm not sitting there saying I lose respect for bro off rip.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, bro, you
know
where she been.
It's kind of hard to look at bro like I don't know him. Like they have no, you know what I'm saying?
Could he be your close friend at that point?
Damn, that's hard, bro.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
So, let me pose this question.
Okay.
If y'all knew y'all best friend was messing with a Brittany Renner type chick,
I'm telling him.
I have to tell him.
I'm telling him.
Because it's not going to sit well with me if I
It's not going to sit well with me. And I would hate to be out in public.
Yeah.
And I just hear, like, word gets around. You hear your boy getting clowned and, like, now he looks like you said, a reflection of your man.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not going to let my man go outside.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Nah. Never that.
No. Never that, bro. And so what would you do, Xavier, if I was going out with a Brittany Renner chick?
Hey, bro.
Yeah, no, you have to, I'd be like, bro.
I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have to say anything. You would just know, bro. I'd be like, come on.
Let me give y'all an example, bro, because this actually happened to me.
Look at this. Let me give y'all an example.
So when I was a freshman in college, this is 2016, I used to date this girl, not gonna name no names, but she lived across the country. I went to go visit her during spring break.
Oh, she lived across the country.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I went to go visit her. This is when I was in Arkansas. I went to go visit her during spring break, cool and whatever. As soon as I left, I got cool. I was cool with the whole track team and all her roommates. I was already cool with them. As soon as I left, her roommate sent me a picture of her holding hands with another nigga. He was on the football team.
This is right after you left?
I was literally on the plane. I had just landed and I had got the picture.
You know his chest tight.
Yeah.
His chest tight.
But you know what I did? I acted like I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I just didn't believe it because she was that fine. And I say all that to say
delusional. You gotta be fine as hell to be
delusional. I don't care. 100% delusional. I've been there. So if y'all are there, I've been there. You can come out. But I say all that to say, if I'm ever in that situation and my friend doesn't tell me that, he's not my friend.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah.
So I want y'all to tell me. Because if I'm out here looking stupid and you have the ability to know and not tell me, then it's like you don't really actually care.
Yeah. You're not looking out for my well-being.
You're not looking out for my well-being, not for my future self. And so, I was so butthurt in that situation, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I would have told you.
Thank you. God.
Motherfucking growth mindset. So if you could leave the listeners with like a nugget or like, one good thing about growth mindset, surrounding yourself with the right people, not being complacent, what would it be?
Yeah, so for me, it would be three things, right? The first thing would be, and it's gonna sound so cliche because my coach used to say it, but don't let the day get away. And what I mean by that is actually think about the things you do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, write them down and actively figure out things that you can improve on. That's my definition of a growth mindset.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be any more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Number two, learn how other people want to be communicated with. Like we just went through and named how we like to be communicated with. Now I can take that and we can have a better relationship because of it. Right. And you can apply that to all of your relationships if you think about it.
Yeah.
And three, if your friends are not actively trying to make you better, then they're not your friends.
Yeah.
Those are my three nuggets.
Honestly, man, I would just say just one takeaway. Just take your ego and just put it on the table or leave it at the door when you're going into a serious conversation or
that's good.
Because that one thing will get in the way of a lot of friendships that could be better, relationships that can be better, corporate job could be better because you didn't check yourself or look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm doing this wrong or I'm coming off this way. So just being able to check yourself, put that pride to the side for real.
For sure.
Yeah, if I could leave y'all with one thing, it just be to act with a sense of urgency. Like people think we have, all our lives, to get better, to make some more money, to grow the relationship that we want to grow. But like at the end of the day, I was noticing this past week or this past 2 weeks that my grandparents are getting older. They're not always going to be here. Your parents are not always going to be here. Right. So, act with some urgency. Like if you think that, you need to call somebody, call them right now. Like if you really want to get started on that business idea, like the hardest part is just starting. So, just act with some urgency. That's what I would say.
Okay, excellent. Well, DP, thank you for being a guest on the podcast. We really appreciate it. Yeah, bro. And thank you guys for listening. Make sure you like and comment on the video. That goes super far when it comes to the YouTube algorithm and getting us out there. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll be back next week. Peace.
See, bro.